Most traders, they are stuck in a trap they can't even see. I call it the sheep trap, because here's the truth. If you're thinking like everybody else, you will get the results of everybody else. Will you be in a video all the time? No, right. Chasing the same setups, reacting the same way to news, following the same advice. It's not just common, it's predictable. And that is exactly why the market is designed to exploit it. What I'm about to show you isn't just about avoiding mistakes. It's about seeing the market in a completely different lens. A way to separate yourself from the herd and finally start trading like an elite performer. Once you understand how the sheep trap works, you will never look at the market the same way again. So what exactly is the sheep trap? It is a pattern where most traders fall into because they're doing what everybody else is doing. Operating on noise, emotion, and imitation instead of clarity. And here's why it happens. Most retail traders, they're influenced by three main things: broker, news outlets, and the so-called experts. But here's a problem. Brokers, they profit from transaction volume. Every time you trade, they get paid. Their business model is built on activity, not your success. They make money whether you win or lose. And then news outlets. They're built to keep your attention. The incentive is simple. More readers, more viewers, more clicks. And how do they do that? By triggering your emotions. Headlines that provoke fear, greed, excitement, they are designed to make you react, not help you make better decisions. And then you have the experts. Most aren't teaching you mastery. They're selling systems, indicators, shortcuts, things that sound easy and repeatable. And when that doesn't work, you just go looking for the next fix, because chasing new information is easier than mastering the fundamentals. And as a result, you end up making decisions on noise instead of strategy. Jumping on tips, chasing news, copying everybody else, their setups, and you end up trading in a way that is predictable. And if you're trading based on what everybody else is reacting to, you are part of the sheep trap. But there is good news. Once you understand how this works, you can break free from it. And you can start making decisions like an elite performer. Now, here is a part that most traders never understand. Your emotions, they aren't feelings, they are market signals. Fear, greed, hesitation, euphoria, those are not just random emotions, they are clues. Here is what most traders never realize. Your emotions, they are not the problem, it's your reaction to them. Because here is the secret. If you're feeling something so powerful in the market, fear, greed, euphoria, it means everybody else at your level is feeling the exact same thing. And if you know what everybody else is feeling, you can start to predict what they're about to do. Because the market isn't random, it feeds on predictability. And nothing is more predictable than emotions of retail traders. Fear creates sell-offs. When traders feel pressure, they hit the panic button and sell too soon. Greed creates overextensions. When traders feel the rush, they hold on for too long, hoping for something spectacular. When traders feel unstoppable, they push harder until the market snaps back. And here's a real kicker. The market knows how you're gonna react before you even do it. Because if you feel it, so do they. And when everybody else is feeling the same emotion, the next move becomes obvious to the people who know what to look for. But here is a part that no one tells you. It is not enough to recognize your emotions. And it is not even enough to understand that everybody else is feeling the exact same thing. Because if you stop there, you're still reacting, you're still part of the herd. Understanding your emotions is a first step, but breaking free from the trap, that's a whole different game. And that is what separates the amateurs from elite performers. The people who get trapped and the people who break free. And I'm going to show you how exactly to break free from the sheep trap and start using the market psychology against it. So how do you break free from the sheep trap? It is simple, but not easy. It all starts with taking full responsibility over your decisions. And most traders, they will never do that. They keep chasing tips, keep relying on broker, news, experts telling them what to do. They keep on making decisions on what everybody else is reacting to. But this is what elite performers do differently. They take complete ownership over their process. They build their own strategies. They make decisions based on their own analysis, not the noise around them. But responsibility isn't enough, because every trader feels the same emotion, but what separates the elite is how they respond. So here's the trick. If you're feeling an emotional trigger, so is everybody else. And if you know what everybody else is feeling, you can use it. When you feel fear, the herd is probably panicking. So instead of running with the herd, you can react to the herd. When you feel greed, the herd is probably overconfident. So dial it back before you get wrecked. So it is not about fighting your emotions. It's about using them as information. Because if you're feeling it, so is everyone else. And this is where most traders fail. They're looking for shortcuts, quick wins, magic systems. But the elite, they operate like athletes. Relentless practice, not just trading live, reviewing every move, studying the market like athletes study their competition, learning from mistakes, not just accepting losses, but dissecting them, finding patterns and building discipline, making fewer high quality trades, waiting for your edge to appear instead of forcing it. And here's the shift. Once you start practicing like an elite performer, you start trading like one. You trade less, but your trades are better. Setups repeat, patterns become familiar, good trades you missed before, now you see them. Bad trades you took before, now you avoid them. Once you stop reacting like the herd, you start seeing what the market really is. And here's why this approach works. You stop being predictable. The market preys on obvious emotional reactions. Once you recognize those triggers, you start thinking like the disciplined, calculated, committed traders who treat trading like a craft. And you operate on your own terms, not reacting. You're executing a plan you're built from real understanding. Now you've got the tools. Now you understand how to break free from the sheep trap. You've got the tools to stop thinking like everyone else and start trading like an elite performer. But here is the thing. Breaking free is only the first step. Because if you don't understand how the market itself is structured, how it moves through the 4 critical phases, you will just keep on running in circles. You'll avoid the obvious traps, but you still get caught by the ones that lure you in the worst possible moments. Because here's the truth. Every time frame moves through 4 critical stages. And if you don't understand how these stages work, you're just guessing. I'm going to show you exactly how these 4 stages work and how you can use them so you finally stop being played. So watch this video next, because if you don't understand this, everything I just told you is useless.